With you again today to share how I planned this week in my classic size happy planner. You can see last week, which was spring break, and I just absolutely loved it, and it was also very fun and relaxing. Now I'm sharing with you right there two stickers that are going to be sort of the inspiration for this really super busy week. I'm going to move my sticky notes out of the way, and what I'm going to do is I am going to create a cluster of embellishments a la stickers down across the bottom boxes and cluster them and layer them all together. And my thought process was this: you know how sometimes you get to the end of a sticker sheet or the end of a sticker book and you only have a few things left and you've used up all your favorites and you're not sure what you're going to do and you're not sure how you're going to make it all work. Well, my idea was that this is kind of how this week would be. Now, I'm not really in that situation except for in that Today is Your Day sticker book, the one with all the beautiful watercolor florals that I have used up in almost its entirety. But I can see how it would happen very quickly. So what I decided to do was act as though I was sort of nearing the end and only had kind of random stickers left. So as you could see right there before I pulled out that sticker book, I had that banner sticker. It's white, it's got the text and the polka dots, and the polka dot colors are my inspiration for the colors and of stickers that I'm choosing to run across the bottom box. Now, my point being that you might be able to find a sticker like, oh yeah, I totally like this one. I'm going to use this as my inspiration piece. And then you'll build other stickers around that. So that was kind of where I wanted to go with sharing with you my inspiration sticker and how I chose one that was pretty colorful so I could mix and match a whole bunch of different random leftover stickers. Now I'm also sharing with you how I will layer on top of one another. So maybe one of those stickers that you're going to use says to do. Maybe one of them says something else, but you can cover it, you can make it work. So as you can see, I'm already doing some building. It's kind of like Tetris, like fitting them all together, layering them on top of one another, making sure the colors go. So like right there, I added one of those clear ones. I just love it, actually. It's probably one of my very favorites. Not the point though. And then you have little nooks and crannies to fill, so we'll also get those filled as well using different little shapes. And I could have gone crazy too and added a whole bunch of bullet points and stuff like that, but I use a lot of those in my planner each week, and so I figured for me it wasn't imperative to fill the spaces with those. But if you're not a person who uses a whole lot of those, you absolutely should. So see, I stuck one right in that little nook and cranny just because I flipped to it. I don't use those hearts a ton, and it worked out great. Now I'm going to start working for Monday since the overall decor is finished, which is weird because I don't necessarily decorate first. However, because I've been planning for so long in this manner, I know how much room I need. I know how much I need to leave for my activities and my appointments and stuff like that. And this week is a fairly busy week, so I do need a little bit more room than some others, but that's okay because I'm going to make it all work here on my layout. It's going to feel really full, but I don't mind the way that it looks in the end. So now as you can see with that activity box on Monday, it really sort of butted up right next to the decorations and the decorative stickers, and it really feels like it's part of that overall cluster. Now I had pulled out the stamps thinking that I was going to add some stamped items as well, but I wasn't able to find the first one that I wanted, so I figured it just really probably didn't need to be part of the equation this week because it wasn't going to probably work the way that I wanted it to. However, hopefully next week I'll be back to a fairly stampy layout because I do really love stamping in my Happy Planner. Now I'm looking for something specific that I can use, a little cleaning icon from one of these sticker books that I had created. I thought that I still had some left in there. Obviously I did not, but that's okay. It's a little bit of fun to flip through the stickers anyway. Now, so instead of adding a sticker, which I'm not able to find, I'm going to still look through all these new ones though and see if I can find something that would work right there, though even I know that there's not any in there, so I'm not really sure why I'm flipping, but it's okay. It's always fun to look at all those really pretty stickers and stuff as well. Now, as you can see, I have all of those 5 smaller new books in that sticker storage book that Mambi created this spring, and I really do like it. It's a good way to store all of those particular stickers that can be a little bit more difficult than the value pack stickers. So instead of using a cleaning sticker, I went ahead and just used my pen and wrote it in myself, and I just did kind of a faux brush lettering by just using a felt tip pen instead of a calligraphy brush pen. Now, this faith sticker book ends up being one of my favorites, and what I mean by that is that I don't necessarily use the faith-based ones, but there are so many beautiful stickers that it doesn't even matter if you use the faith-based ones or not. I couldn't imagine living without this sticker book, despite the fact that I don't have a real need for using the faith-based ones in my actual day-to-day planner. Now, there is that Today is the Day sticker book that I told you about earlier that I'm absolutely in love with. However, I've used almost every single last floral bit there ever possibly was. I really probably need to get myself another one, make a mental note to self, or put it on my list, if you will. So now I'm going to take the yellow sticker block and I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and just trim off 2 little lines there. It's one of my favorite ways to use those stickers. I do like to use them in their entirety. However, sometimes you just don't need that big of a sticker like that. And there's lots of them with lots of really pretty colors and some different ombre effects, and they'll work in a lot of different ways. So I love to use my little X-Acto knife and just trim off as many lines as I need and then just add them in my planner just as you would any regular activity or event sticker. Now, as you can see, I'm finished with Monday and Tuesday. Hooray! And I'm going to move on to Wednesday and remove the sticky notes, and then I will go ahead and also try to find the to-do lists and the little activity stickers as well that I need to use for Wednesday. Wednesday is again another really super busy day, so I want to make sure that I can add all of the things there and keep it all straight and leave enough room for myself as well, because I definitely need the to-do lists to get me through each day and the things that I need to accomplish. However, I mean, when there's a lot of activities, there's a lot of activities and I've got to get them done. Now, I don't like to use the same thing every day over and over again, so because I used on Tuesday that little clipboard from the Faith Value sticker book, I won't use another clipboard, and even on Monday I used one of those checklists, so I probably wouldn't use a checklist. So as you can see, I use that full box sticker for my to-do list just so I can change it up and keep it varied and not have your eye get bored by looking at the same thing over and over again. Because for me, it doesn't really actually matter. As long as I get my to-do list down and keep my activities noted, I can plan any way I want. However, I also know that it gets a little bit boring, and if I keep things interesting, then my eye definitely keeps me on track because it wants to look at all of the things that I include on my pages. Now I have that to-do sticker, and then also this one that says done, which is kind of funny because none of that stuff is done. However, when I'm finished with it, I hope it's all done. So I figured it was a cute little way to add that. And I just trimmed off the bottom so that we could have that little partial circle that sits flush with that list. Then I also put that to-do sticker, but that's not big enough for any of my to-do lists. So I'm covering the words with the game day sticker in the mom sticker book, and then I will just write all the information for the game on that one box. Now I also have another activity, so I'm going to use one of those stars from the teacher book to write the game information right next to it. Now I did have a little bit that what runs over, so I pulled out my Pilot permanent pen so I could write on top of that star because it is a glossy surface and a regular pen would just smear all over the place. Now I'm going to take one of these Mambi Sticks banner stickers and I'm going to add it right down there at the bottom, but I need to trim off a little bit so that it'll fit right there next to that little geotag. And so now I'm able to use my Pilot permanent pen and just write the activity or the appointment information right on top of that. And I love, love, love those banner stickers. They're absolutely perfect for in my planner. Now I'm finished with Wednesday, so I've gone ahead and pulled out the other side of my planner. And as you can see, they don't match. I'm using on the first half I used the Hello 2017 seasonal planner, and then on the right this is the neutral This Is Your Year planner, and it's just one of the ways that I do some Franken plannering. I like to have all these different planners. They're super cute, they're fun, they're cheerful, they make me super happy, but if I don't use them, I don't use them, and then I ended up with these planners that I don't use. How many times can I say that? Anyway, so for Thursday, I've just added that little decorative sticker box down at the bottom so I can continue that trend. However, I'm going to also add these Thursday activities as well, doing the same thing for this particular game as I did over on Wednesday, except I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and trim off the excess at the bottom. Peel it right up, and then put it back in the sticker book to be used again at a later date, because there's still plenty of room left that I will be able to use it for a different event. There are so many different awesome stickers in here. And for me, because this week is a lot different and because my weekend is a lot emptier than my normal weekends, I want to try to use some of these big, huge box stickers that cover 2 days and see if they fit. But this one's a little bit bigger than I wanted, and I don't really need it to cover up any part of Friday. It's not really necessary, though it might have been okay too. But so anyway, I don't end up choosing that one. I do end up choosing a different one a little bit later for adding over the Saturday and Sunday portion. But just so you know, I just wanted to share that with you, that sometimes I get these ideas and then I just decided to pass on them or whatever the case may be. But it's still really fun to sort of get an idea and change your perspective on how you're looking at some of your supplies. Now I have one more activity I need to add right there on the Thursday, and there was still just plenty of room for one more sticker right there. Now, as you can see, I also have a little bit of room across the bottom that if little things pop up here and there, and then in some of the days there's also still room. Now see, there's where I'm talking about with those bigger stickers that cover both days of the weekend. I just don't use them, and only because my activities are so packed usually, I don't need to write things for an entire weekend, like, oh, let's get this done this weekend. No, I really just can't do that based on our very full schedule. So a sticker like this, while it's really pretty, is not typical for us. So what I've decided to do is make it part of this cluster of stickers, and so I'm able to cover up the bottom portion of that where you might ordinarily add a list. And so for me, I'm still getting to use the weekend banner, which I do use every week, but I'm not using the rest of that sticker in its functionality. So now I'm just still continuing to try to find some stickers in these sticker books, and I really stuck mainly to 5 or 6 different books to finish out the rest of the weekend in this eclectic manner. And I just definitely love this. This won't be the last time you see this idea, because I think it's really fun and a great way for me to be able to use up a bunch of random stickers that maybe I wouldn't be able to figure out a use for, and for me to stick to my eclectic style, because this was really super fun for me to make. Now I'm going to just use this simple black arrow to notate a particular activity. I don't really need to notate the time or the place or any of that, because it's not a specific thing for me personally, and so I don't need to write that, but keeping it in the back of my mind that it is that day is very important. So hence just writing it and having it being pointed to by that arrow sticker. Now, as you can see, I'm still just doing flipping, 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 looking for the stickers that will work for me, and there are just so many. Luckily, I limited myself to 5 or 6 books as opposed to all of the books that I have, because this would have taken way longer than it did if I had done that. Now for me, I often have something in mind, like, oh, I'm looking for this one specific thing, and I just can't remember where I saw it, because I know that it was in there. Now where was it? Or I have a rough idea of something that I'm looking for, but I can't quite put my finger on it. So hence I do a lot of flipping through here to find them, but like I said at the beginning, I really do enjoy it. I enjoy looking at all of the different stickers, so it's a-okay. So like right there with that red sticker, I knew I needed a banner, but I couldn't remember exactly where I'd seen one that was going to work, and so I had to find it and just keep flipping until I did. And the teacher book has a lot of stickers that are really pretty, but I wouldn't necessarily use because I'm not a teacher, and but my point being that there's a lot of really awesome stickers in here. And so it kind of gets overlooked a little bit because you think that you need to be a teacher to be able to use all of these awesome stickers, but that's definitely not the case. So as you can see, I added that turquoise and then the white dots and stuff, and I actually really like that sticker. It's super cute. and it's just going to be part of the layering. So I'm adding one of those small little flags, and again, that's exactly where you can use up a bunch of those bullet stickers, the flags, the hearts, the arrows, all of those in this sort of clustering if you don't have a different way to use them. Now, I do use a lot of them, so that's why I didn't lean too heavily on them for these clusters, but if you don't, that's awesome. So now I've layered on there that circle with the diamond. I wanted to not add too many stickers that had text on them because that's so easy to do. There are so many motivational quotes in here that you could just go absolutely quote crazy. But I didn't want to. I wanted to add a bunch of different colors and patterns and icons as well. So as you can see, I'm just continuing to build, including that TGIF sticker over there on the Friday. It's just really cute right there. And again, we have just a really eclectic mix of sizes and shapes and patterns and colors. And so I think that that makes this really, really fun and feel really whimsical. It definitely has kind of a summery feel. These colors definitely feel sort of summery, but I still just love it and I don't really even care. Now just filling in the rest of the holes that we have here, I want to make sure that I'm getting things in the majority of the little spaces that I have left. And it's really a good idea. And I love the idea that I'm able to just use some of these stickers that I wouldn't normally have a place for, but they work great here, and the overall design is super cute as well. I feel like I got a pretty good balance in terms of patterns and text and icons. I don't have as many icons as I would have maybe liked. There just aren't that many in the Happy Planner books, but I do really like that I didn't lean too terribly heavily on the text. And I'm going to put my dinners in the sidebar this week, and so I just trimmed off the very top of one of those What's for Dinner stickers just so I could make the list over there in the sidebar. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to get that pesky to-do list down there on Friday, and then that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. I really do appreciate it. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments, leave it in the box below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.